So if you're trying to buy a Hellcat or Scat Pack, you don't need to buy one. You just could build yourself one. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly how you can do so if you got a Ram 1500. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can really build one of these trucks like the Ram 1500. Doesn't matter on what kind of year you have, honestly, but I personally think that the 4th generation Rams are the best year you could have and put a 392 engine inside of to modify the heck out of it. So before we get into this video, I'll say if you guys are here for your first time, do me a huge favor. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. If you are a Mopar fan or into cars and stuff, pretty much this is what my channel is about. I got my 2014 Ram that I'm currently going to be building. I'm building now. Going to be modifying this truck, pretty much doing everything with it. That's the plan, to race with it, keep it as a daily driver also. But if you are one of them guys that thinking about going a route of you buying a Scat Pack or Hellcat, this is how you can do it a cheaper way, bro. This is what you got to do. A lot of people doing this. It's not something that's uncommon. It's something that's very, very common now. You could build a sleeper build with one of these trucks and gap anything on the road. I'm telling you, with the right mods. Now let me clarify for you guys real quick, for the guys in the back who don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. In other words, you're gonna need money. You don't need a crazy amount of money, but you're gonna need some money to be able to do this. When it comes to making power, modify anything, it costs money. You know, it's not gonna be cheap to do something like this, but it's definitely gonna be worth it at the end. Yo, man, your boy had a wonderful Thanksgiving today. And one thing I gotta say though, man, I cut my locks off, but I'm gonna be reattaching them because I'm doing a new style though, man. I definitely feel, I ain't gonna lie though, I'm kind of feeling this haircut. It's a high top fade. Feeling this haircut right now. I was thinking about rocking this out for maybe a couple months. I am gonna be reattaching my locks so they not going anywhere. But when it's one of them things, you know how when you plan on doing something and then especially like you get a haircut, like a style, like a new style, and then you see yourself in the mirror, like you like, damn, I think I'm gonna rock out with this for a long time, because it makes you look like a whole different person. So that's the stage I'm at right now. Hopefully you guys, let me know on my haircut, man. Had to cut the locks off, but my hair is pretty long though. So I'm gonna be reattaching the locks anyway. I still have my locks. So with that being said, how can you build yourself a sleeper Ram 1500 build with a Scat Pack engine inside of it, the 6.4 liter Hemi inside of it? How can you be able to do so? Where do you need to start? That's if that's the question you wanna know, where would you honestly want to start from? What I could say, this is where I would say you should start from. First thing first, you gotta have a Ram in general. You gotta have a Ram 1500 in general. Once you have a Ram, you'll be cool. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have you don't have to have a 2014 Ram. But just me, in my personal opinion, I feel like overall, a 2014 Ram, like the 4th generation Rams, are like the perfect platform for you to put, they look good, and they not really like the, like the crew cabs or something like that. The crew cab Ram, how they a little bit more bigger. I just think that it's the perfect size, overall look good. And with something like this, having like a Scat Pack engine inside of it, it's definitely going to be one of them sleeper build where, a lot of people already look at the Ram 1500s like they are heavy trucks. Most people don't think that they are capable of gapping anything like that unless it's, you have some kind of crazy modified to it. Now, if you get a Ram, get yourself, or if you got a Ram already, now this is how you can go about you getting your block and every parts you need. You can go on Mo's Performance, MMX, HHP, highhorseperformance.com. They have the block itself there. Buy yourself a block, or if you don't want to go that route, easily you can go on Facebook Marketplace, find yourself a nice, good, decent deal where I've seen plenty of them. Like, just make sure when you're going on Facebook Marketplace, you want to make sure everything is certified. And whatever car that block came from, obviously it's going to be used. You want to have you want to make sure before you pay for anything that whoever you're buying it from, they have paperwork to make sure everything is legit, because you don't want to spend thousands and find out you got scammed. That's going to be kind of disappointing. But it is a lot cheaper going that route, because you could buy right now, depending where you're at though. Right now, you look on Facebook Marketplace, you can find yourself a used 20, probably like, depending on the year, a Scat Pack block, the 6.4 Hemi block. Sometimes they would have like the trans coming with it too. That's like a solid deal. Like last time I remember seeing something like that where I was like, damn, if it was the right time for me to get, that's like, you know, if I was in the market looking to get the engine and the trans for my truck, I would have just bought something like that. It was like $4,500 for a Scat Pack block itself, used obviously with the transmission, everything connected to it, harness, everything was on there too. Like that was a pretty solid deal, I ain't gonna lie. And it ain't really last for probably a couple of weeks when I bought it. And the person that had it, they had paperwork, everything came off I think it was like a Savage Scat, like pretty much they took the engine, trans, everything out of it. And that's like a cheaper route you can go. Now, what I could say about going a new route of you getting a block itself from HHP or, you know, anywhere else, MMX, like you could see, like when you get a brand new block, you know, you have the warranty, your cover and stuff like that. It's a brand new block you put in your truck. So you don't really have to worry about you changing up anything. And it's gonna be pretty much built already to be able to handle, let's say if you aim to make 1,000 to the wheels, it's gonna be built and ready for that. The only thing is you just gotta sort out rebuilding your transmission, you know, rebuilding your trans to be able to handle like 1,000 horsepower and stuff like that. But that's like the first main way right there you can go about buying yourself, getting a Scat Pack engine. I know it's not a Hellcat engine. Now, obviously, a Hellcat, you can still do the same thing with a Hellcat engine, but it just costs way more money and is way more work. So I would never, ever, if you have the money, it have been done plenty of times, but you got to understand that it requires a lot more than you just doing a 392 swap on your truck and stuff like that, pretty much. But I would highly recommend though, if you're thinking about getting a Scat Pack or Hellcat, you got a Ram already, this is like the best way for you to go about doing it. Instead of you putting yourself in like a 50, 60, 70,000, 80, even 80,000 out of debt to buy yourself a used Scat Pack, or even new is like 70. It costs a lot of money. Even if you were to add up everything every little expense you're gonna be spending to buy yourself right now, to do a swap on one of these trucks right now, I'm not lying to you, this 100% facts. Everything that you will be spending, I'm talking about engine, transmission, rebuild, every little parts like heads, injectors, every little thing you need, custom tune, to do all of this that make everything possible. If you add up how much you're gonna spend, you know where you're gonna spend, even with like the headers, long tube headers, doing all them little stuff on there. If you add up everything, you're not gonna be spending more than what you would spend on a Hellcat or a Scat Pack at the end of the day. Guarantee you not, because right now, for a used Scat Pack, depending on the mileage or, like wherever you at, right now, I would say for a used Scat Pack, you're probably looking at 50, 45, 50, somewhere around there, depending on miles. I'm not an expert, I'm just going off of the last time I looked up on car gurus, like for a Scat Pack or Hellcat, like the actual prices and stuff. You're not gonna be spending like this. This is like the cheapest way, man. I'm telling y'all. If you got a Ram, join a channel on Facebook. They have I think it's like Ram Performance or something like that. Fourth generation Ram Performance or something like that. And there's a ton of guys in there who have the swap, and it's being done so much. It's a common thing now because that's the way for you to go if you're trying to build yourself a real sleeper build. Putting something like this in a Ram like this, I'm telling you guys, you can make a ton of effing power. Like you'll get the same exact feeling you will get from driving a Scat Pack or Hellcat. You know, it's like the only difference is a car and you got a truck, and a truck is going to be way more better, obviously, for me, in my personal opinion. But this is like really like the way for you to go, man. How you can really make your Ram turn into a real sleeper build, man. I think I seen another thing. I think I seen somebody did like a TRX engine. They put in a Ram or something like that, which is kind of crazy. But I'm not surprised though, because nowadays, man, you can put any kind of engine inside of any car if you got the money and if you got the time. But for my Ram guys out there, this is how you can really build yourself a real sleeper build. I'm telling you, you can gap anything with the right mods, the right tuner. You could be able to gap anything with one of these trucks. Obviously, you could really, you know, if you want to do some weight reduction, I would highly recommend you do so. Like, you could make these trucks powerful, man. I'm telling you, y'all, man. Like, this is the only way, cheapest way for you to be able to do so. So if you're thinking about buying that Hellcat Scat Pack and you trying to get payments on it, my God, don't do it. Save yourself. Don't do it. Think twice. If you got a Ram already, it's much easier. Like, if you already got a Ram, you got a Ram truck, a Dodge Ram 1500 already. That's the first thing. That's a huge plus for you. You don't need to buy yourself a Scat. All you got to do is you sourcing the parts and stuff like that. You just got to source them, get the parts. Find yourself a good shop that can be able to do the work for you. You're good. And then one thing I like about the 2014 platform Rams, like these Ram platforms, you don't have to do any kind of unlocking your PCM and stuff. You don't have to do none of that. I know I do believe it's like 2015 and up. You have to. I don't know. Not too sure, but this is the only way, my boys and girls, only way for you to be able to save yourself a ton of money and make stupid power and be able to gap dang near anything that come your way on the road. I'm telling you guys, man, it's the only way I'll go about it. But just giving you guys some game on what I'm gonna do with my truck, and if you in the same category, you can do the same thing. You know, if the shoes fit, you know, you can wear it, you know. But you guys got to do me a favor though. Y'all keep supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Make sure also, if you haven't subscribed, you're still watching, hit that like and also hit that subscribe button down below. I would definitely appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out.